Please write down your queries in chat box. We can solve it one by one. Okay. So let's start our webinar that is on planning of residential building. Okay. So I hope you are seeing my screen sharing. Okay. So the webinar is very much helpful for current semester students, those who are pursuing a diploma or degree engineering college, or those who are joining and working as a consulting engineer as a planner. So planning is imagination and it is a language of engineering. So it is doesn't matter today's language. So I am supposed to a consulting engineer as a planner, and one customer came to me for develop his plot as a residential building. So before planning of a residential building, your client explanation with its plot size, and you have to plan according to your engineering knowledge, principle of planning, building bylaws, and all these things. So when we are going to planning, we consider the principle of planning with the several points. That is, one is aspects, circulations, environment, elegance, economics, furniture, flexibility, grouping, interior, orientation, prospects, privacy, roominess factor, sanitations, and building bylaws. So other than these points that might be included, that's also keep in your mind and design as a residential building. So suppose a customer came to you for a plot size of 17 meter by 90 meter and is required to construct a ground plus 1-story residential building. So going to a plotting with discussion with the clients, that is how many members in the families, and you have to go for planning. So as per the building bylaws, you consider the margins, built up areas, FSIs as per the regulations, and planning as per the principle of planning. So what do you thinking before planning? So the so so thinking that you have one thing. At ground floor. So at ground floor, drawing room, kitchen, come dining, storeroom, guest room, puja room, staircase, and garage. This is the essential. At first floor, living room, master bedroom, children bedroom, study room, and staircase. The common things you must be provided, whatever if you are going to be planned. That is bathroom, water closet, chokdi, veranda, balcony, terrace, and obviously for circulation, horizontal or vertical, that is passage and staircase. So during planning, you go for 1 centimeter rule, 1 meter scale. So for planning, first of you calculate the statement, area statement, that is as per the building bylaws and government bodies to sanction the plan. So first, the area of plot as per given by client, 17 meter by 19 meter, that is 323 meters square. Margin on roadside, that is a 4.5 meter, and side and backs, that is a 3 meter. I am considering this as per the syllabus of the GTU, but as per you have to chosen by the sanction authorities declared. So net area of the plot, that is horizontal 17 minus 3 and vertical, that is 19 minus 4.5 minus 3, that is equal to 11 into 11.5. That's a 126.5 meters square. So permissible FSI, that is given in 1.8. So that is 323.0. That is a 581.4 meters square. Coverage index as per given sanction authorities 45 or 150 square meter square, whichever is maximum. So here our plot area is 323 multiplied by 45 percentage. It gives 145.35 meters square. So permissible built up area at ground floor 45 percentage or at serial number 1, 145.35 meters square. Permissible built-up area at raised floor, there is a 581.4 minus 145.35. So that is gives 436.5 meters square. Consider coverage index at ground floor. There is a minimum of column 2 number and column 4. So that is 126.5 meters square. So wall area we are considering 15% of total built-up area. So there is a 15 into 126.5. So that is equal to 18.92 meters square. So floor area of the rest, that is floor area, that is equal to built up area minus wall area. So that is equal to 107.52 meters square. So after area calculations, we go for choosing the size of rooms as per the principle of planning and the building bylaws. So there is ground floor. I am chosen a drawing room 5 meter by 4 meter. The area is a 20 meter square. Here you always checking the roominess factor that lies between 1.2 to 1.5. So kitchen cum dining 4.5 by 3.5. So that is roominess factor 1.20. Storeroom, that is 2.5 and 2. So that is 5 meter square. So 1.25 meter roominess factor. Puja room, that is 2.5, 2, and area is a 5 meter square. So roominess factor 1.25. Bedroom, that is 5.5 and 4 meter. That's a 22 and 1.35 roominess factor. Bathroom, I have chosen 1.5 by 1.2. So area is 1.8 meter square and 1.25 roominess factor. Water closet 1.2, 1 meter, so 1.2, so 1.2. Again, stair, I can use 8 meter square. Garage as per space available. So total area is 78.75 meter square at ground floor, which is less than 126.5 meters square. Same as I provided first floor area. There's a living room. Same. I have chosen as a flexibility. If suppose client is not going to first floor construction or in future is going to a first floor or second floor, the room size is as per the ground floor. So it's known as a flexibility. So living room as per the same, master bedroom as a, then toilet, then study room, child room, child bedroom, bathrooms, WC, stair again, balcony, and total area again 78.75 meters square. So that is you have to choose. After this one, all the dimensions are considering as per our drawing means situations. We are going for planning a ground floor. So as per going to planning, this is just for your imagination. This we are going for dimension of bubble diagram that we can say. So this is my, we can say plot size 17 meter by 18 meters. This is two sides roads and this is my situations of the north direction. So after leaving the margin, what is my boundaries of construction? So front margin 4.5, side margin 3 meter, and back margin 3. So I can use 11 meter horizontal and 11.5 meter vertical. So for going to planning, the bubble diagram we are discussing. So in this bubble diagram, whatever you have chosen the dimension of rooms as per your situations and the principle of planning, aspects, prospects, horizon and orientations, wind directions, you have chosen, that is wind direction, and we go for bubble diagram. So as per my thinking, same your thinkings may be changed. So you can think as per yourself. So what I am providing drawing room over here, veranda over here. There is the kitchen in the east sides, dining in the inside of kitchen, store, bath, WC. So this is known as a grouping of the principle planning. Bedroom and WC bath is called nearby, same way as kitchen, dining, storerooms nearby. Then puja room and stair. So this is my first floor bubble diagram planning. So I am going to plan a ground floor plan. So as per the building construction area plot line, here you have to going as a vertical or horizontal, you calculate the length or width as per your total dimensions. So I have given the examples one, dining plus kitchen, there's a 5 meter plus 3.5 is equal to 8.5 meter total length. I am having a 11 meter horizontal length. So minus 8.5 minus thickness of wall divided by 2. So whether you have to choose on both side equal living the area, or you can start from one side. So here I am chosen both side living some areas. So I have provide drawing room over here. It's a 5 meter by whatever my size, 4 meter. Then I am providing kitchen. After kitchen I am providing storeroom. Then I am providing WC, passage, it's required, bathrooms, bedrooms, puja rooms, and stair. After providing stair, you have provided a landing that is equal to the width of the flights, and then provide the stairs. So this is my stair area, and reverse is my dining room. After this, I can draw all the outer dimensions, wall thickness. So this is, you can see, it's my ground floor construction plan, which is exact locate. Here something is changed, bathroom and WC. That is maybe changes as it is not over your bubble diagram, but you may change after your actual planning. So this is a ground floor bubble diagrams and planning. Now we go for the first floor. So same as first floor bubble diagram, as per the flexibility, and again this one, I can providing same double height drawing room, then balcony, master bedrooms that is provided on kitchen, living room that is considered as a dining room, storeroom above that is toilet, bath, WC, children bedrooms, study room over puja room, and stair. This is as a flexibility, means the grid of your construction frame structure. So again we are going for this one. So it is, I am over providing is a overlooking drawing room, because at the ground floor there is a drawing rooms, at the first floor there is a uh, uh, living room. So there is nothing required to another more room as a drawing room. So I can provide it. This room is a double height, so you can visualize the ground floor drawing room from the living room. So that is master bedroom and kitchen. Here you can see I have provided balcony over veranda, master bedroom over kitchen. Here master bedroom is a slight more than the size of kitchen. Then we can say it's a projection of first floor cantilever. Over storeroom there is a toilets, WC over WC, passage over passage, bathroom over bathroom, bedrooms over children bedrooms. I have provided balcony, study room, staircase that is same as ground floor to first floor, and this is my living room. Rest I have provided all wall thickness. Here you can see there is one question arise in your mind, that is my balcony in master bedroom and children bedroom that is outside the building construction boundaries. So it is permissible as per the authorities, that is given 1 meter or 1.2 as per your plot area. You can projection is permissible outside the construction line. So that is first floor planning. So after this one, you have to prepare a sanction plan. Likewise, this one, that is you can say this, it's a ground floor area plan. Then you can say first floor plan. Then you can terrace plan. Then you draw elevations. Then you draw sections. You indicate the site plans. You key plans. Then you go for openings, schedule of openings. Then you require to write down all the area calculation as per the government bodies, authorities. And this is the plan. After you have completed this sanction drawing, you put on the government sanction authority and sanction the plan as per your requirements. So I hope you understand how to planning of residential buildings. So thank you all of you.